Before anyone asks where I've been for the past few weeks, Gears of War. Lots and lots of Gears of War. Hello again, it is me, Azura, and today I bring to you something that I personally think we've all dealt with at one point or another in our lives, and that is burnout. There is a reason why I'm making this, so I might as well give the context. About 3 days ago at the time of writing this, before Warframe's update Jade Shadows came out, I was in a bit of a rut with the game. Don't get me wrong, I loved the game, but I felt like there wasn't many things I could do personally anymore. This feeling was something that always happens with Warframe every few months with me. And I think anyone that has played the game a lot, let's say 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus hours, can understand how it feels. Burnout is one of those things that can happen at any time, anywhere with anything. It can also negatively affect how we look at a certain thing and how we enjoy a certain thing. But what caused my burnout with Warframe? Well... Warframe Burnout can be jotted down to two things: content droughts and repetition, which is ironic considering how routine prone I am. Warframe, for all intents and purposes, is the same set of content islands that you play on repeat for months on end while you wait for the next thing to show up. Or, you make another build that hits damage cap and breaks the 32-bit integer limit. Or, you copy the same build that you found on YouTube for the 7 billionth time. Either way, you rinse and repeat, until you get bored. Then you try something that might actually challenge you, and panic. Because Warframe players don't have a concept of challenge nowadays. And that's 90% of the player base, me included. You rinse and repeat this process until you burn out and not play for 6 months. What caused me to step back from it was these content droughts alongside the repetition. I mean, yeah, there is Nightwave and relics and level caps and stuff like that, but it's all blending together into the same thing, if you get what I mean. Especially with the several new flavors of defense, such as mirror defense, which DE, I'ma be real with y'all, it doesn't matter how many times you try making mirror defense fun, it's not fun. Survival is also pretty boring. Conjunction survival, not so much, but that's just because of the fact you're able to break stuff even more. Interception, they're all the same flavor of defense in a certain way. Captures are fun, and assassinations, but that's because Warframe has great boss design. Everything feels samey. It's caused a bit of a demotivation to play the game, and it shows in my attitude towards the game. So what have I been doing to combat this burnout? Well, multiple things. The best way I've been dealing with my game burnout is variety. I've been swapping things up in terms of what I play and what I do. As of recently, especially as of recently, I've made the completely abhorrent decision to reinstall that blasted, forsaken, bloody game known as League of Legends.
Unacceptable!
And there's the angry mob outside with pitchforks. Yes, yell at me later. Alongside this, Valorant, Just Keep Running, the odd Magic game that I and Brock play sometimes, my fighting games, my editing, my script writing, and my goofy-ass badminton on the weekends, I've come to realize that the phrase, variety is the spice of life, is a lot more accurate than people actually give it credit for. Another thing I've learned would be this: taking breaks is one of those things that can go a lot further than people seem to realize. Being a League player, I would know what it's like to spend 12 plus hours a day playing a singular game every day. After a while, something involving the human brain just looks at what you're doing and goes, nope, and refuses to engage in anything related to that specific thing. That is always the worst thing, because when you get bored and you have nothing else to do, you will play the thing that you burn out on. And so, as I have learned in the worst way possible, is that your mental will start to tank. You'll start to find things more of a job. You'll start to see things in a more job-like sense than a hobby or something fun that you'd actually do. Hence why taking a break is always a nice thing. Especially for people who don't have anything else to do. Like, let's say you're a NEET. You don't have a job, you're not in education. You have all this free time, and it's kind of like, what do I do with this free time, you know? But I digress. The idea of variety has gone very far for me. Though, that does bring one more question to mind for me. And that would be this. Honestly, when it comes to Warframe, I'll still play it. It's not like I dislike the game for any particular reason aside from the repetitive nature. or the content islands, or doing the same thing several times over. But that can also be said for PvP games and first-person shooters, where you get the added benefit of shitting on someone, so that's where you can get a kick from that. I still love the game. I still play it every once in a while, and hell, I'll even stream it here and there. But I don't think I want to commit 95% of my time to this game, if that makes any form of sense. And that goes to anything computer related. If I want to switch things up, I might just start going outside. You know, maybe get a job or something. Touch grass, socialize, stop being cooped in all day, you know? I'll figure something out. It just depends on where I want to go. Life is a journey. And I think everyone knows that. I think it was just a case of, where do you go from here, and where do you want to end up? But it's small steps, so it'll be a while. It'll take a while. Getting from column A to column B takes a while. It's less about the destination, more about the journey. At least, that's what everyone says. But anyway, I think that'll be it from me in this little rambling sesh about my emotions and burnout on video games. I'm gonna get around to editing this, and hopefully this brings an interesting talking point and an interesting conversation to be had. I'll see you all around in the next video, and whatever it will be, I hope to see you guys there. This is Azura, signing out. Goodbye.